For 1,000 years, an empire ruled the world, and behind its golden throne, women held the true power. The Byzantine Empire stretched from Syria to Spain. Its emperors were gods in purple silk, but the women beside them were rarely gods. They were architects. Theodora, a circus performer's daughter, she rose from poverty to marry Emperor Justinian and became the most powerful woman Rome had ever seen. When rioters burned Constantinople to the ground, Justinian prepared to flee. Theodora refused. She stood before his council and declared, "An emperor's burial shroud is a fine robe." Justinian stayed. The revolt was crushed. 30,000 rebels died. The empire survived because one woman refused to run. 2 centuries later, Empress Irene became something no one expected. Not a regent, not a consort, but emperor herself. She blinded her own son to seize the throne. Then she signed her decrees not as empress, but as Emperor Irene, sole ruler of the Roman world. The Senate was furious. The church was scandalized. But Irene governed for 5 years, negotiating with Charlemagne, reforming tax law, funding churches across the empire. Then came Zoe. Empress Zoe ruled in the 11th century, and she treated husbands like political tools, cycling through 3 emperors to maintain her iron grip on power. When her second husband tried to exile her, the people of Constantinople flooded the streets. They demanded their empress back. She was restored to the throne within days. These women weren't exceptions. They were the pattern. Regents who ran wars, diplomats who forged alliances, women who rewrote imperial law from palace rooms no historian bothered to enter. Anna Komnene, daughter of Emperor Alexios, wrote the first great history of Byzantium. A woman authored the empire's own story. History has rarely given her credit. For a millennium, Byzantine women navigated a world designed to contain them and remade it on their own terms, behind curtains, through letters, across negotiating tables. Their names were written in stone and then quietly erased. But the evidence remains, carved into mosaic, sealed in law, preserved in the empire they refused to let fall. The Byzantine Empire lasted over 1,000 years, longer than any other in history. Perhaps that is no accident. They were called consorts, regents, mothers. History called them secondary. But empires don't survive a millennium by accident. They survive because of the women history forgot to erase.